And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Forstner Arena at the Taylor Center here on the campus of Minnesota State University in Mankato, Minnesota, for an epic battle from two former North Central rivals, now one in the Midwest Conference, now one in the Northern Sun. We're underway. This is number one, Nebraska Omaha, coached by Mike Denny, and number three, Minnesota State Mankato, coached in his 16th year, Jim McCoskey. And right off the bat at 125 pounds, Minnesota State gets on the board first. Andy Forstner ranked number 8, coming in 21-10 with a 2-0 lead over Matt Rein of Nebraska Omaha.
Forstner hitting a nice shot there, getting in deep, finishing nice.
On the restart, Forstner on top. 2:42 to go here in the opening period. Jason Bryan alongside our new man. Why don't you introduce yourself here for the people back at home?
Chris Willard from Mankato here.
Got a local guy out here helping out. Right now, 1-point escape for Rein, so a 2-1 lead with 2:27 here to go in the first period.
Forstner picking up about 21 seconds of riding time, getting off to a good start here.
They tried to get a blackout here at Bresden tonight. Pretty solid crowd on hand. Gave away a beanbag game in the pregame. I believe that was over at Boomtown, but nothing happening here on their feet right now.
Also gave away about 150 black T-shirts to try and make that blackout happen. Looking good crowd here.
Yeah, one more match here, home on the season for Minnesota State, and that's against Northern State and Coach Pat Tim's Wolves tomorrow.
MSU didn't even have their first home duel till about a week and a half ago, and hitting 3 or 4 within 2 weeks, and season will wrap up.
1:50 to go here, first period. 2-1 lead for Andy Forstner, again coming in 21-10, ranked number 8 in the nation. And these two teams met just under a month ago at the National Duels in Cedar Falls, Iowa, and that match went in favor of Forstner 8-5. Omaha won that one 29-10, but I think something's going to be a little different here tonight in Mankato.
Yeah, we got a little bit different lineups going for MSU, especially 157 and 197. Guys that weren't down at the National Duels competing here tonight for them.
Rein in a leg, Forstner throwing that whizzer in, trying to hold off Rein, who is a native of Kansas. Still no scoring. We got a potentially dangerous hold as it looked like the knee was going to buckle in an awkward situation. No scoring. Here with 1:19 to go in the first period, 21 seconds of advantage time for Andy Forstner of Minnesota State. Back to the neutral position as we get underway. Our officials, Byron Olson from Lakeville, Minnesota, Brian Kelvington from Jordan, Minnesota. Now Forstner working on a front headlock, trying to free his forearm. Can't come around, creating some distance, and we're back to our feet. 1:03 to go. First period here at 125. That's where we started at 125, and these rivalries go way back with these two squads.
Yeah, these two have been going at it for years. You know, UNO's got their 4 or 5 national championships, and MSU keeps knocking on the door trying to break through.
And there's a 2-point takedown for Matt Rein on a nice single. It comes up, doubles off, and now 1-point escape for Forstner, so it ties it up, and Forstner immediately in on the leg, trying to at least take that lead back as it's tied 3-3 right now. 35 seconds to go and dwindling here in the first period.
He's got plenty of time, just got to settle back and finish that.
Rein locking around the waist, kind of sitting on his head. And we have a stalemate. 23 seconds remaining, first period. I'd like to thank the Northern Sun Conference at northernsun.tv for allowing us at Wrestling 411 to be again on the broadcast. This is our second one with the North Central Conference. We look forward to working with them again. And now Rein on the attack, look to sweep to the right leg, or left leg, depending on your vantage point.
Forstner's going to look to attack to his left side there, attack the right side of Rein. He's got a real nice high crotch to that side and switches off real nice to doubles.
Trying to work a 2-on-1 as the period ends, and nothing will happen. And we'll end the first period tied up at 3. Forstner will have the choice. Looks over to Coach McCoskey, and he will elect to start in the down position. McCoskey in his 16th season, looking for his 200th victory here at Minnesota State. Had coached 4 years prior at his alma mater, Valley City State, Valley City, North Dakota, up until about a week ago. I didn't even know where Valley City, North Dakota was.
I don't think too many people do without doing a map search on Yahoo.
NAIA program about halfway, almost halfway between Jamestown and Fargo, if you're familiar with this part of the country. And of course, probably being from Minnesota, I'm sure you are.
I'm familiar, yes. Yeah, Jim's been here for a while now. Has built a real nice program. Like I said, they keep knocking on the door, trying to break through and get that first title.
Well, with that first title looming, it could have happened last year as we start now the second period with Rein on top.
Yeah, came up about a half point short last year, and there's a few things I'd like to do differently.
One near fall short, actually, no. Rein up to his feet. Now Forstner still trying to get neutral and create that one escape. Now he gets the 1 point to take a 4-3 lead. 15 seconds into the second period. This is our first match of the evening here from Bresnan Arena. Rein kind of with a misdirection single and kind of doesn't really misdirect at all and goes right for that left leg.
Forstner was able to get away fast enough so that Rein couldn't build up any riding time or anything. So we're all even on that spot.
And another stalemate, our third of the match. 124 remaining here in the second period at 125 pounds between Nebraska Omaha and Minnesota State. And these two no longer in the same conference or same region, as the Northern Sun pretty much absorbed what was left of the North Central Conference, and Nebraska Omaha joined the Missouri Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. I believe that's the name. It looks like we got a technical violation for locking around the hands. That's locking around the head, the figure four around the head, and Forstner trying to get that free move, as they like to say, coming around. Rein locking in the crotch. Technical violation. We got a stalemate, 1 green for illegal scissor of the head there in the neutral position. Kind of reminiscent of Michael Leitner and Carl Perry there in the finals about 8 years ago.
Forstner getting the point there, up 5-3.
It's a crucial point in this situation. He won 8-5 the first time. Now Rein's still attacking. Kid was a bull in high school, wrestling at 103, one of the smallest guys in the country his senior year, and one of the best at the weight, but not too many seniors at 103 pounds. He's grown into a nice size 25 and doing quite well for Mike Denny's squad.
Forstner, he was a 119-pound state champ here in Minnesota his senior year of high school from Madelia, about 20 minutes from Mankato here.
And now there's a stall warning on Forstner, and Rein capitalizes with that single, doubling off and getting the takedown on the edge to tie the score at 5-5 here with 27 seconds to go in the second period.
Forstner needs to get that escape. Choice will go to UNO in the third period.
Crucial point coming up now. Riding time's not a factor as it's now counting upwards in Rein's favor. In case you're watching at home, Nebraska Omaha wearing the black singlets with the red UNO on the back. Minnesota State typically in their black and purple. Both these teams named the Mavericks, which is interesting from a fan standpoint to see two of the top teams in the country with the same nickname and it not be something like Tigers or Bulldogs, but we have Mavericks. I guess that's something to do with the Midwest. What do you think?
I guess it must be a Midwest thing. I'm not sure of any other schools around here that got that, but number 1 and number 3 in the country do.
Mesa State also does a Division II program out in Colorado. So there's 3 at least that I know of in Division III. Now we're back to action here as Rein rode out the rest of the second period. Forstner now dropping on the leg from the top position. He's got a stall warning against him with a 5-5 tie. 10 seconds gone by here in the third period. Rein, of course, could pick up a huge win for Omaha if they want to stave off this upset bid. He lost to Forstner 8-5, as we mentioned earlier, at the national duels in a match UNO won 29-10. Mankato just won 3 individual matches in that dual meet. They did not have Travis Elg in the lineup. And of course tonight, Nebraska Omaha is forfeiting 197 pounds, so that's at least a 9-point swing.
Forstner doing a good job holding on there, able to get the riding time, 2 seconds in his favor at this point. Got a chance to get a fresh start here and see what he can do.
First caution on Forstner. He does have a stall warning, so that's one thing he will have to worry about when riding on the top position. So back underway, Rein tripods out quickly, and Forstner's just going to cut him free. So a 6-5 lead for Matt Rein of UNO here at 125 pounds. 120 remaining here in the final period. High C attempt looked to be kind of a half shot there. Now Rein with the reshot coming in. Forstner sprawling.
Looks like this is going to come down to who gets that last takedown.
He who scores last wins.
We got 6-5 here with about a minute left.
And we're trying, we got a restart here. As you said, 57 seconds to go. 1-point lead, 6-5 for Matt Rein.
Forstner needs to get on the attack here. He's kind of backpedaling a little bit. Rein keeps kind of setting the pace here, and Andy needs to change that, especially with that stalling call against him already.
Long outside sweep for Rein. He's locked up that left leg. Trying to power the hips over is Forstner. Rein still locking on, still not giving up, not getting the takedown. Forstner not giving it to him either. Looking for another restart as it looks to be the old Kempsville stall, as we call back in Virginia. You shoot the single leg, you hang on with no intention of scoring. You've got the lead. It's a good way to hold the lead, but you can't ding him for stalling because you actually initiated the offensive attempt.
It is a good way to eat that clock up, especially when you got that lead, and he's doing a good job of that.
Under 30 to go. Now Forstner in on a double. Drives. Drops him to his hips. Looking for two. Does not have two as yet. Official now awards two. 2-point takedown, Andy Forstner. 7-6 with 13 seconds to go here at 125 pounds. Crowd loves it. Under 10 to go.
He's got to stay on those hips. Just stay on those hips and keep crawling. He'll be all right. He can't get hit for stalling if he's trying to move up.
And there it is. Rein looking at the official, looking for a stall call. I don't think you're going to get it in that situation, but a big 3 points on the board and a 7-6 victory coming from behind in the third period. Andy Forstner